What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new figure review. Today, we are looking at the GameStop exclusive NECA Toys Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 1990 movie. Of course, we've got Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael. The gang is all here. And things are falling off my shelf. So happy that NECA was able to release these because most people know these were San Diego Comic-Con exclusives at one point, and they instantly were sold out. The whole debacle with the online ordering, I remember that frenzy just like it was yesterday. So I'm happy, though, that the general public, for the most part, can get their Turtles. I know people had their pre-orders canceled. There's a ton of stuff going down with that as well. But from everything I've seen on Twitter, it seems like, it'll work itself out in time. So, hold strong, collectors that didn't get these Turtles or got your pre-order canceled. I am sure you'll be able to get them without paying scalper prices. So I'm going to be reviewing all of them at once, sort of similar to how I did the archive wave. I figured why do an individual video for each of them when I can just do them all at once. And you guys seem to like that, so I'm going to continue that with things that I buy all at once. So let's take a look here at Michelangelo. We can see the nice window packaging, and you can see me. Hello. He comes with a slice of pizza, his nunchucks, and you can see the classic artwork right there. The Only at Gamestop down there, Nickelodeon. On the side, you have a nice picture of Michelangelo, and on the back, you have some more action poses. Go ahead and pause it if you want to read this bio right here. And then a final look at the figures, and then I love this little classic NECA logo. And then on the bottom, the people responsible for the figure, which is always a nice little detail that NECA includes. And on this side of the box, you have another awesome shot of the figure itself. So let's go ahead and get Mikey open. And before we take a closer look at Mikey, he comes with quite a few accessories, actually more than I thought. I didn't see all of these in the box, so that was kind of a nice little surprise. But he comes with an extra headband here, which looks really awesome. The orange paint is nice and colorful, and it also has some nice black paint in there as well to give it a little bit of dimension. It looks really good. He comes with two hands, two thumbs up hands right here, which again, the green paint and the shading on the hand is absolutely incredible, and I'm sure it's going to translate well into the actual figure itself. But you can see there you've got the initial green paint and then some little darkening shading around the knuckles there and the little spots that are on the Turtles in the movie. So that is a really awesome attention to detail. They all come with a slice of pizza here, which looks to have some black olives on it, some green onions, maybe sausage there. Odd choice. I'm a pepperoni boy myself. And then here's his other hand as well, and you can see the details are just as good. The shading, the wash over the hand looks great. The sculpted detail in the fingernails as well as the knuckles, also just really awesome work. And now I'm going to be careful with these because I've seen a lot of people talking about them and how they are very prone to breaking. So I'm going to be very gentle and not really mess with these too much. But here you go. You can check out his nunchucks. He comes with two sets. And again, really nice brown paint on the handle mixed with some black splotchiness in there to just give it that little bit of extra added detail. Okay, here we go. Scary. Okay, it's pretty rigid. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm not really interested in breaking these. And then here's the other set right here, so you can pose him with both sets or not. I think I've got something else in mind for my Mikey in particular. And, it's good to have the nunchucks for people who want to pose him with those. So let's go ahead. We'll take a close look at Mikey here. You can see just right away the instant amount of detail on the head, on the mask, the accuracy of the costumes. I watched the 1990 movie before this review to just give myself a little bit of a refresher. Good movie. Good movie. I think, you know, for nostalgia reasons, the second one will always be my favorite. But the first one is so dark and unexpectedly, I don't know, violent. I really enjoyed a rewatch of it, though. It was a lot of fun. So you can see here, Mikey's green headband also has a black wash on it. You can see all of the spots all over his head and continuing throughout the figure. Tons of shading, tons of really awesome sculpted detail work, especially on the shell there. That looks really amazing. The veins in the arms, everything, these look so accurate. I'm really impressed with the way these turned out. Of course, I don't have the SDCC Turtles. I guess I should have said that. So if you are looking to see if there's any differences between those, I'm sorry, I won't be able to help you with that. Moving down, these figures, the paint is so clean on them. Everything looks so well, meticulously detailed, so accurate to the costume. I'm really loving this. Ooh, and just messing with that articulation a little bit. This is going to be awesome. So let's take a look at the articulation for Mikey. This should be a relatively quick video because after Mikey, I'll just briefly go over each one because the articulation is all the same on them. It's just the minor details that are different. So his head appears to be on a double ball joint or maybe just a single ball joint, and it's angled. Yeah, so you can see kind of right here, his head looks up really far, looks down really far. Man, that works out great. And he does also have a little bit of ab crunch in the shell, too, to even give you a little bit more there. Man, that's awesome. That is really good attention to detail. And, of course, the headband does pop off. So if you just want to switch that out for a more flying in the wind look, or to just have it on the other side of his head, just plugs in like that. So his shoulders can move out pretty far as well, give you a nice range there. You can see the side to side of the ab crunch as well that's underneath the shell. Really good range of movement out of that. That's really nice. It does have double jointed elbows, which do work pretty well. This doesn't appear to be a floating piece, his shoulder pad, so it does seem to get in the way a little bit. I'm not sure if you can really move that around. No, I think it's attached. The arms do move all the way from the side. His legs, get about that much out of him. Not really a huge spread, but I'm also not trying to really push him to the test here, because I have also seen people just saying that they overall are maybe kind of fragile, and so I'm definitely taking a little bit of extra care to not break anything. Double jointed knees that do also work pretty well there. I think that's good. Get that back there, and he can kick out a decent amount. And for the feet, we also have a swivel at the knee, and they can move down pretty far. They can move up pretty far, and you get tons of ankle pivot. This ankle is just a little stiff, so I'll have to do some hot water on that. But yeah, that is Mikey. What an amazing figure. I knew these were going to be awesome. I've seen everyone posting about how awesome they were. I've just been a little bit busy and a little bit unmotivated, so I took my sweet time reviewing these figures, but all the posts on Instagram and everything are awesome, so I'm not surprised that this figure is absolutely amazing. So let's keep going here with Raphael. They also all come with a little diorama piece here. They all have the same one. It's just a little sewer backdrop. So if you wanted to display it with this, that's pretty cool, but otherwise, you know, I just like the little details. Okay, and before we look at Raphael, we will take a look at his accessories. Again, he has the alternate headband, which features the same amount of quality as Michelangelo's, and it's the exact same sculpt. It is just a different color, which is to be expected, and I'm not particularly mad about it. I'm happy to have these guys. I'm happy that they got to go to stores for normal people like me to go pick up when I can't really go to San Diego Comic-Con or have the desire to spend so much on the SDCC turtle set, because it did come in a different box and it was pretty expensive. These are definitely a lot cheaper to buy individually, if I recall correctly. So he also has the alternate hand right here. It is just more of a relaxed hand, and I would imagine all of the hands are interchangeable between the turtles. And then kind of a, I'm going to say this to me looks like it could be a pizza gripping hand. Yeah, it seems to be about right. A nice pizza grip. And his size right here look pretty good as well. I feel like the handles look a little bit fuzzy. They look a little bit cheap. The detail just really got washed out on the handle. I think you can see that it's definitely there, but it's just all painted the same color. There's no wash or anything over it to give it a little bit more of a pop, but that's okay. I'm going to have him holding them in his hands anyway, so I won't be able to see the blade, but here's the other one. Again, the same. The silver, the paint's really clean. The line all the way around there looks pretty good. But I don't know, maybe a little bit something extra on there. And then to look at Raphael's details here, you can see how absolutely accurate the design is of the head. The teeth look really good in the mouth. You can see he does have like a grinning face. Looks like the paint on my Raphael's eye right there is a little bit wonky, but I think in the right position, I won't really even think twice about it. But you can see here that also the spots are different. The paint washes on the turtles are different, so that is just another whole layer of accuracy to these figures. You can see like Mikey has veins on this arm and Raph doesn't. That's really awesome details to separate them apart. So I guess they do have minor differences on the actual sculpts themselves as well, which is pretty cool. Was not expecting that. The back of the shell is also different from the turtles. They even included that amount of accuracy. You can see the nice cuts in Raphael's shell. And he also has weapon storage. You can put his blades right here on the actual belt itself, and you can do that for Michelangelo as well. So that was Raphael. Now we're going to take a look at Donatello. Okay, and taking a look at his accessories, you can see here that he has a different headband piece for the alternate headband piece. You can see here, this is like the comparison. And you can see that it is the same piece that is on Raphael's head. It is just painted a different color, and Michelangelo as well, same thing. And you can see here on Donatello that he comes with this piece on his head, just like that right there. So it's a nice little switch up there. It's a little change up. Comes with the other headband already on his head, which of course looks great. And again, absolutely amazing likeness to the movie. You can see the wonderful details in the head sculpt. His eyes are much better, much better than Raph's. And you can see the strap is different. And again, let's see the spot difference on the figure itself. The arms, actually those look to be about the same arms. There's just a little bit more detail on Donnie. Again, moving down, looks really great. The details are absolutely off the charts, and you can actually see the weapon storage on his back for the bow staff, which just fits right in there. Super nice. And the bow staff itself looks really good. You can see that it is just a brown painted plastic, and it does have a little bit of a black wash over it to give it some detail, and the darker brown to represent the grip of the actual staff. And yeah, that just looks really good. And he also comes with pointing fingers right here, which again, interchangeable between the turtles. Here's the other one. So you can have them pointing at each other. And then finally, let's take a look at Leonardo. Taking a look at Leonardo's accessories, you can see he comes with completely relaxed hands. And I think this thumb might be a little bent the wrong way, but Here you go. 2 relaxed hands, look really good. Awesome paint on there. And again, another slice of pizza. And the pizza actually seems to have slight variations of detail to it, so that's kind of funny. And then here we go, we've got the sword right here, which is just, again, a brown plastic. And you can see the straps on the handle there. And again, that little extra bit of detail is missing, just like on Raphael's size, which is just mildly disappointing. Again, I can't really complain. And there's a paint splotch right there. I can't really complain because I'm just so happy to actually be able to own these guys. I'm not particularly even that big of a Turtles fan, but these just looked like amazing figures. They look so accurate. And the sword right here has clean silver paint on it as well, and that looks really good. And this definitely seems like it's fragile. You can see how thin the blade is and where it connects. I can definitely see these being a little bit fragile. Or maybe that's not a paint splotch. Maybe that's supposed to be there because that's the other sword, and it's also on that one. Okay, so maybe that's supposed to be there. Not even really a paint splotch. You can see here, this blade does almost appear to have like a wash to it. You can kind of see it looks a little bit used. Looks a little bit roughed up, maybe from slashing at Shredder. And then here's his headband piece as well. It's the other headband piece. Again, same amount of detail. Really enjoy that. And on the head as well, the eyes. Again, no, look. Well, they look a little crooked there, but it's not really a big deal to me. I'm never like looking super up close. I'm only ever really looking at them like this when I'm shooting the review. So again, you can see the details are absolutely incredible on Leonardo. Looks so good. And the weapon storage on the back of his shell as well. The swords fit in really nice. A little bit snug. Not really gonna... This one's a little bit loose, but this one kind of holds a little bit, so it's not gonna like come flying out. And that does look awesome as well. Are they supposed to even go deeper down, or are they supposed to have that gap there? I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous to play with it. I might even just have them in wrong. So I'm not really sure on that, but there is a little bit of a gapping there. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that or not, but again, probably going to have Leonardo holding his swords. And just for the sake of a comparison in height, I've got some other NECA figures here. Here is Raphael next to Chucky. Part 4 Jason, 2017 Pennywise. Deckard from Blade Runner 2049. And Michael from Halloween 2018. And I wish I could compare the Turtles to some other Turtle lines to see how they stack up, but honestly, I just don't have any other Turtle memorabilia. And just for funsies, because I feel like messing around with these Turtles, I just want to see if I can get a look close to Raphael when he's in disguise. This is Freddy Krueger's hat, which already is not going to fit at all. So that idea, well, I guess it'll stay on his head, but he looks a little goofy. And my other idea is I've got this old Mezco Hellboy here with the BR, with the big leather jacket. So I've got the jacket right here. We'll see. It's probably going to be way too big. Yeah, you can already see that. It's probably going to be way too big. I don't even know if I can get his arm in there. There we kind of go. It's tight. So here is my creation. Yeah, that doesn't really work at all, but in my head I was like, you know what? Maybe there's a shot. Maybe there's a shot. And then also, if you're wondering, I also have a tech deck right here, and you can see that honestly, if you have a tech deck, it scales decent enough. It might be a little too big for Mikey, but I mean, if you want to have him posed holding a skateboard or on a skateboard, I would say that, you know, tech deck, there could be worse. There could be worse. I would be curious to see. I don't have Ultimate Stripe, and I don't really plan on picking it up, but it does come. He does come with a skateboard, so I'd be curious to see how that stacks up. But I think that looks pretty awesome, though, in all honesty. So overall, these turtles are absolutely amazing. I am completely in love with them. They have great articulation. The paint apps and the details are absolutely off the charts. These are easily some of the best figures I've ever seen from NECA. I really do think that the turtle game is probably over. It's a closed case. I don't think any other toy company is going to be able to top the level of detail mixed with articulation for the price point that we see right here for these guys. So I would say if you are a collector, if you're just a collector of figures, you don't even necessarily need to be into Ninja Turtles. But these are just great figures to have in your collection. I can't recommend them enough. I hope everyone is able to find them out in the wild. So of course, these figures are amazing. Absolutely go out of your way to try and get them, but again, do not pay these scalper prices. If you enjoyed my review, don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new. We are putting out action figure reviews all the time. We also host a talk show called Figure It Out where we discuss action figures. It's mostly Black Series, it's mostly NECA with a little bit of Marvel in there every once in a while. Of course, I'm Nate. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time on Out of the Basement.